This story comes from the Joe.My.God blog. This is Kenneth Copeland. Those who didn't vote for Trump will spend eternity hearing the names of aborted babies.
Here we go. Okay, I'm going to play it for everybody. Here we go.
I saw this in the spirit, literally, Judgment Day. And Jesus stood there and he said, those of you that didn't vote, I put you in that nation and you didn't vote. So you will hear, or you didn't pray and vote like I told you to. You will listen to the names of all the babies that are here and never got any life. And it'll take a while because there's over 65 million of them. But you are going to listen to every one of them and you are going to be held responsible for their death.
Yes. Tom, what? Who named them though? Like, what? I guess my question, my big question is like, who named them? And are they just like a baby A164?
That's what does he think people name their abortions? Admittedly, I'm sure there are some people out there who, you know, sure, they might have been going through a very difficult time and they Absolutely. Had to, and so they might have even had a name picked out or whatever. I'm not, and I don't want people to think I'm like making fun of people who might have had some tragedy in their life, but I am seriously, and with all seriousness, I mean this. What the sweet fuck are you talking about, man? Why also is he seemingly so mad at his congregation for not voting for Trump?
Yeah,
he's excoriating them. But Trump won.
Yeah.
You have to presume that the people in this room that are listening to Kenneth fucking Copeland as if he's a serious, when he's standing in front of me going, I literally saw Jesus tell me a story. And I'm sitting in that room, Cecil. I'm sitting in that room and I'm casting a vote for Harris.
Yeah, I know, right? Way. You're sitting in his audience. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah.
There is no overlap.
Nobody hates themselves that much. No sane person hates themselves that much. I'm sorry.
No.
You just don't.
No, there is no amount of self-recrimination that is possible for you to do. The Venn diagram here of Kenneth Copeland and Trump voters is just a circle. It's just there's no one outside that circle.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a smaller circle than the regular circle because some of the women probably don't vote because their husband won't let them.
Look, I guarantee there are more people sitting in that audience that have had an abortion and named it.
Yeah, right.
Than people who actually voted Harris Walls.
I just want to say though, you know, and I'm going to get a little bit into the weeds here for a second, but really, you know, what he's saying is that God gives you free will to vote for whoever you want, but he gives you guidance. So his guidance was vote for Trump, but really almost every single thing that is supposed to be good about the Bible, and even things that these people, you know, constantly tout, Trump has flown in the face of these things.
All of them.
He's a guy who has a bunch of mistresses. He's a guy who's committed sexual assault. He's a guy who doesn't keep his promises. He's a person who tries to hurt people when he's in power. Like, he does all the things, I think, that if you were going to say this is good, this is bad, these are all in the bad column. So you could argue,
man.
You could argue, if you were a follower of Kenneth Copeland, that you did take your nudgings from Jesus, right? Your nudgings from Jesus to vote for the person who wasn't Trump, because that was probably the better call for morality.
Yeah, Trump has been, like, Jesus didn't have a whole lot to say about gay people, but he had a whole lot to say about divorce.
Yeah.
Trump's been divorced twice.
Yeah.
He's been divorced twice. That there are evangelicals lining up to suck this guy's dick, even still, is just a testimony to how much they understand they can use him.
Yeah.
Right? That's all this is about. They understand that they can use him for some reason. The same truck nuts fucking flailing, flag-loving dipshits that show up to Kenneth Copeland's church are the same people that are susceptible to that same hyper-masculine nonsense model that Trump spews. And they know that if that the same people are going to go home and buy a Trump coin or a Trump shoe or a Trump like fucking Bible or whatever, are going to drop money into their fucking tithing buckets.
Yeah.
And that's all any of this is about. Like, this has nothing to do with abortion or like whether they care about. This is all tithing. Kenneth Copeland's rich as fuck. And not like his church is rich as fuck. I mean, Kenneth Copeland, the single actual person, is rich as fuck. He's running a fucking business. He's running a train on you bitches. Are you kidding me?
I also want to point out, too, that across our country, people still voted for Trump.
Yes.
But they also voted for abortion, man.
Yeah.
Look at Missouri. Josh Hawley won. Trump won Missouri. You know what also won? Enshrining abortion so that the government couldn't come fuck with it. So it was on the same ticket and they chose one and then the other.
Yeah,
Are
man.
all those people who chose Trump going to still have to listen to all those names because they voted for abortion? Also, it's eternity. What is 65 million names? Who
this
cares?
is something to do.
It's nothing.
Like if
It's
I go
eternity.
to hell,
What am I got? It's like a fucking weekend. Are you kidding me?
That's it. I know. It's
nothing.
a blip. Cecil, if I go to hell and the worst thing that's down there is somebody's fucking basically reading out a commencement fucking schedule, that's it. Jim Smith.
Agreed.
Sarah Paulson.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
Now,
that's nothing.
Counterpoint, Tom. If you go to hell and they play the Menards music the whole time, then it is
Cecil,
hell.
I
It's
swear to God.
absolute hell. It's hell. I mean, 100%. You're trying to kill. You're trying to end your own life any second you're down there,
dude. When I die, if I end up in hell and it is not the Menards music, I'll be like, could be worse.
It
could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I realize that you're pulling my toenails off, but if I was listening to the Menards music at the same time,
it magnifies it all. If that
way worse.
The thing is with the Menards music too, and everyone who knows Menards will understand this.
Yeah, but by the way, if you don't know Menards, go look up the jingle on the internet so you can find it.
You save big money. You save big money when you shop Menards.
Well, you know, I do listen to the podcast when I'm told to for money. But hey, if you're looking for savings, why not try Menards? Because we're kicking Menards because we don't want to be overcharged.
Plumbing, electrical appliances too. The savings will always come right back to you. You'll save big money. You'll save big money when you shop Menards.
So why not come on down to Menards and check out our major appliances? It's a brand you can trust. Heck, why not grab a pair of Menards? You want the nose? And if you want on your nose.
What listeners have to understand is that the jingle is irritating and it's earwormy and it's the worst. But the worst part of it is the context that you hear the Menards music in. I can tolerate the Menards music on a commercial. I'm watching TV, Menards commercial comes on, there it is. Where I cannot abide the Menards music is when I'm in the fucking Menards.
Yeah.
Why are you playing me a commercial for the place I'm at?
And
do you think I'm going to not be there?
It's all they play.
It's all they play.